Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for this time. You have this time machine card and this earth magic card. The time machine card represents wishing that you could travel back in time, and the earth magic card says, well, maybe you can't travel back in time, but maybe you can ground something like a goal, wish, or dream that you had in the past in reality now, if you put the work in. So the earth magic card says you need to ground something into reality that you desire, and I definitely feel it is time. You have the Devil, the Ten of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. I actually feel pretty good about this. This to me would say that you are kind of like conquering the devil, or you are releasing something now. I believe Sagittarius has had a tough time over the past, many months and maybe longer years, and I feel that a lot of you are kind of like getting rid of the last little bit of, toxic vibe or energy in your life. And, of course this would be a good thing because the rest of the reading is very positive and you have the Tower and the good stuff. What's super weird, Sagittarius, is that I think at least 3 other signs had the Tower and the good stuff, which is obviously would be a good thing. You have the Star right next to it as well, but it is interesting for sure. I've never had a time where so many signs get a card pretty much in the same position like this. So you have the Devil. The Devil can, of course, represent toxic energy, toxic vibes. Now, one thing I will say is I saw your second card here for your second row, and it said take the lead on it. And in your second row, you have the Three of Pentacles, right? And so the thing with the Three of Pentacles is sometimes I feel that the Three of Pentacles says you need to be the one that is in charge of the big picture. And we have the big picture right here. The Star is kind of like a big picture goal, wish, or dream, or something you want to accomplish. So with the Devil, just putting that all together, it would say like if you're working on any projects, businesses, or, anything important, any big picture, dream ideas, that you need to be the one to take the lead and make them happen. And, the Devil doesn't necessarily have to be bad in a situation like this, but it can just say like, sometimes you start a project and, someone takes over or someone tries to, get the project to move in a different direction. And I just get this feeling that this is saying like, don't let people talk you out of things that you want. And, really that's the energy I'm getting off of the Devil. I do also feel with the Ten of Swords here that you are kind of getting rid of any devil energy in your life, any toxic energy. Ten of Swords says something is dead, done, over with in your life. I personally like the Ten of Swords. He's making the symbol with his hand here, and that symbol is the same symbol the Hierophant is making, and it represents a blessing. So the Ten of Swords can represent a blessing in disguise, and you could finally be seeing how something that came to an end was a blessing in disguise. You have the Knight of Wands. I always look at the Knight of Wands as your true nature, here Sagittarius. So I feel a lot of you could be getting back to your true nature, being more carefree, more fun, looking to have more entertainment in your life, kind of being more free-spirited, being adventurous, spontaneous. All those things are popping into my head, but it feels like a very general message to me that you are just kind of, returning to your Sagittarius nature, and that's a good thing, of course. And, I feel like I've said that to you before as well. So, this, and obviously everything in life is a process, so maybe it's taking time. You can't make this up. With the Devil, you have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is a card that says you have to take the lead. So the Two of Wands, he's standing in this comfort zone, and he has the whole world in his hands. He could easily leave this comfort zone and get out into the world and take the lead on his journey, and he would probably be more successful. The story of the card is that he's kind of disappointed with his current situation. He rushed to a finish line, and he didn't enjoy the journey. So the Two of Wands isn't really a bad card, but, he is looking for more variety in his life. He's looking to have new experiences, and he also is kind of like a little bit disappointed with the result that he's gotten, and he knows that he can do more. And on top of that, we have the World in your reading. So I feel a lot of you are going to go on this journey of looking for variety. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Chariot, so definitely could be a victory coming in for you. This kind of solidifies the whole blessing in disguise message as well with the Ten of Swords. So definitely could be some sort of blessing or kind of like fortune after difficulty. I would also say that you are definitely leaving something behind. He is leaving the city behind him, and he's moving in a new direction on the Chariot. So I feel you are moving in a new direction. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes a dream work. So we have the Three of Pentacles twice here. I really do feel the Three of Pentacles, though, is saying that you need to make sure that you're the leader. There's like there could be like an opportunity coming in for you, or, an option in work or business, and I feel the Three of Pentacles is saying you need to be in the driver's seat. With the Chariot card, you need to be the one that is calling the shots. You need to be the one that is making things happen. The other thing that's popping into my head here is that you have a lot more control over a situation than you realize, and this is very specific, so it might not be for all of you, but like if you're getting a job, for example, I feel that you have much more like negotiation power than you realize. So, if they don't want to pay you enough, I would negotiate. I would make sure that you're getting enough. This is saying you probably have much more control than you think, so you might as well go for it, right? Next, you have this Take the Lead card. This is coming up in the area of what's coming in for you. It says, don't wait for others to light the way. It's your time to step up and take the lead. Yes. You have this Aquarius card. It says, think outside the box and stretch the boundaries of what could be. Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is the true builder in the tarot. Like, if he gets to a point in his journey where he doesn't know what to do, he will build something. He will, if he bumps into a river, he'll build a bridge to overcome that river. And I feel just understanding that, and understanding that there will always be obstacles that you have to overcome in life, and that you can easily overcome them with your spontaneous nature, Sagittarius, then you will overcome those problems. You have the Page of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the World. Now, the Page of Wands is pointing towards the Ace of Pentacles in this reading. Sometimes I feel that to get an opportunity, we do have to go on an adventure. The Page of Wands has no freaking clue where he's going. He is just excited to go on an adventure. If there are any adventures that you could go on, I would go on those adventures. Could be anything. Could literally be travel. Maybe you become interested in a new idea and you just learn about it. That is also a form of adventure. You can adventure right from the comfort of your own home, right, by learning about things. But I kind of feel that you could be uncovering a big opportunity here. If you go on the adventure, if you decide to learn about something new, or if you decide to travel or go on a journey. That's where you're going to find the Ace of Pentacles. You have the Three of Pentacles. The other thing is, again, we go Three of Pentacles to the Star, Three of Pentacles. You have this other card that says, it says, don't wait for others to light the way. It's your time to step up and take the lead. You have to light the way. The Star says you are the star, and you need to put yourself first and put yourself on a pedestal. Like he's standing on this bench here. He is the one that's taking the lead on this project. And there's some there, I feel like I've said it to you before in past readings, so it feels like a repeat message. And, again, the other thing this could be saying is that you need to look for a leadership position. Like maybe you're having a hard time getting a job, but it could also be that the universe is like, no, you need to get a leadership role or you need to be in the lead, and that could also be the case with this Three of Pentacles. So, definitely something I would pay attention to. With that card, you have the World. The World can represent an accomplishment or an achievement. I feel for Sagittarius that this could be you exploring or adventuring. Sagittarius is known for exploration. So again, your true nature is to be like an explorer or an adventurer or a traveler, or, whatever you want to call it. Could also be you dealing with long-distance locations and, doing business abroad and things like that come up for Sagittarius all the time. And this could also say that you are meant to be known in the world. You have the Star card, and the Star could say that you are meant to be a shining light in the world. And all those things are rushing into my head with this World card. So it's going to be different for all of you, but I would, ground that in reality. Sometimes I feel what the World is really saying is that we have an accomplishment where it's more like potential. We could accomplish something if we create that reality in the world. So I would be grounding that reality in the world. With the Page of Wands, you have the Six of Swords, improvements. Your past, period of time has really been about improvements and improvements coming in for you. So I do feel that you are moving on to calmer shores. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is resting, relaxing, recovering. But it's also a card of hoping and praying for a blessing. There's a person right here who's blessing another person in the stained glass window. And he is hoping and praying for a blessing. And then you have a Star, so there definitely could be blessings coming in for you. Sometimes I also feel like he is done resting. There's this tomb right here and he is resting on the tomb, but he is maybe he's done, maybe he's kind of done enough healing, maybe. So I kind of get the feeling that maybe you've done enough healing. You've gotten to that point where you can finally get up and get moving, right? With the World, you have the Eight of Swords. I feel like you need to focus more on possibilities here. The Eight of Swords is only seeing one way of doing things when there are many. So the Eight of Swords says we have to open up to all possibilities that exist so that we can be more successful. And that's what I would do with the Eight of Swords. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Happiness card and this Healing Chaos card. Two really good cards. We are in a time, I believe, where we do need to focus more on happiness, and we do see healing here. We have the Four of Swords, and the star can also represent healing. So a lot of you could be just healing and finishing up your healing with those cards. You have two cards here. You have the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Star. This is like an opportunity that you've wished for, and you have that Four of Swords. He is hoping and wishing or praying to receive something. So, in the near future, you could be getting something that you have been hoping and wishing and praying for. Now, I always say the Ace of Pentacles only represents potential, and I feel potential is very scary right now because we still have Neptune in Pisces, and Neptune will move into Aries, but it will retrograde back into Pisces as well. And the problem with Neptune in Pisces, it's like the big impossible dream. So we can see the potential. We all right now maybe have this, bigger, grander vision for our life. We can see it. We know what we want in some ways. But getting there with Neptune and Pisces is scary because Neptune and, Pisces is delusional. I'm a Pisces, I can say that, right? And also Neptune is also delusional. Being on Neptune would be like being on a planet with like a million hurricanes over your head, and you're in the deepest ocean that you could possibly imagine with the highest waves that you could possibly imagine. So it's like there's all this like churning, crazy energy going on around us. Look at the world, right? Do I need to say more? Probably not. And our job is to do it anyway and to nurture things into existence without knowing whether it's going to work or not. So potential is extra scary right now, but if we put in the work, and if we're brave, then we will be successful. You have Pisces energy right here, King of Cups. So the King of Cups is about, he's sitting in choppy waters, by the way, and he has explored his emotions to a very deep level. The readings have been all about emotions for, again, probably the past 4 to 5 months or so, and we are in an emotional time. But the secret is that we have to explore our emotions, discover how we truly feel about things, process those emotions, and then be okay, right? And that can take time. But the King of Cups is all about stabilizing your emotions. The King of Cups is also about stepping into the unknown. We have this ship right here, and that ship represents going into the unknown, and there definitely is a little bit of that energy in your reading. You have the Star. I do feel like you are the star. Like you need to be number one for sure, and if I have said that to you in past readings, then it's definitely true. The Star is about having a North Star, having that big goal, wish or dream, that one thing that you really want to accomplish and then going for it. So I feel for a lot of you I feel like you have the vision, like I said, and now I feel it's time to put it into practice. I also like that you have the Tower and the good stuff because, again, the Star comes up after the Tower. And even though we have the Star before the Tower, again, the Tower's coming up in the good stuff, so you could be healing from Tower moments. With the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Death card. The Death card can represent a transformation or a change. I do feel this energy for you where it's the King is dead here, and the King being dead can represent, it represents the fact that even things that we think will last forever usually don't. And I kind of feel that it's almost like there is that you are realizing that space has been made for you to accomplish something you want. Like maybe you want to get your boss's job, maybe your boss is quitting and now is the time. Like maybe literally the King is stepping down in your life and you can go get that job, right? Or maybe there's just a leadership position that is opening up for you. A million things are popping into my head here and, I would take advantage of it. Clearly, with the King of Cups, you have the Nine of Swords needing to get out of your head. There are many things, many distractions. We are in a time of distraction as we move through the end of Neptune and Pisces into Neptune and Aries. There will be more distractions and, just the name of the game. So I would, practice not being distracted, and I would practice focusing and controlling your energy at this time. I think everybody needs to do this. I've been saying it for years, there will be many things to worry about moving forward. Between now and the years ahead, there will be more than you could possibly imagine. The trick is to not worry. Again, you have the Knight of Swords right next to this. The Knight of Swords is my card of, someone screaming the sky is falling, and there will be a lot of that over the next several years. And I don't say this to scare people, but, as I've said in the past, I literally said this in a yearly reading I did previously with Christopher from Serious Joy. And I said my biggest concern over the next long stretch of time is that people will look back on that period and they're going to say, all I did was worry. I didn't do anything during that time. So don't be one of those people, right? With the Star card, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is juggling spinning plates. I do feel you are very busy, and so the Two of Pentacles really is a good card for being busy. It just says if you're busy, make sure you're balancing out the other side. Work hard, play hard. Next, in the good stuff, you have a Vision card. It says, do you know exactly what you want? And are you acting consistently towards achieving it? Maintain a clear vision of what you are calling forth, and you will be unstoppable. I literally could have just read that card because we literally said all those things. Pretty much that you have the vision and you know what to do. Just don't worry about all the junk that's going on. You have this Dream Home card. It says, when you are living your best life every day, your dream home is your actual home. Yes, it is time. I feel it is time for you to live your best life with these cards. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Tower. The Five of Pentacles normally represents feeling left out in the cold, or calling attention to your weaknesses. In the good stuff, the Five of Pentacles would say you are not calling attention to your weaknesses and that you are focusing on your strengths, which is exactly what I would do with that Envision card as well. You have the Knight of Swords. Like I said, be careful of people who are screaming the sky is falling, number one. But number two, in the good stuff, the Knight of Swords is an amazing card for building momentum. The Knight of Swords literally says you could be building momentum in a direction of success, or you could be becoming more successful because you're building momentum. And that's exactly what I would do with this Knight of Swords energy. Focus on what's working and keep building momentum by continuing to do what works in life. Next, you have the Tower. But, again, the Tower is coming up in the good stuff. You could finally be getting answers. The whole point of the Tower is that these people are coming down to reality. They've been ignoring reality. And so, in the good stuff, it can say that you're getting answers, you're actually seeing reality for how it actually is, and this is allowing you to move forward and, probably accomplish your goals or accomplish the things that you're trying to accomplish. With the Ace of Pentacles usually is a goal, or, it can represent an opportunity to kind of work on something that has a lot of potential, and that's what I would work on here. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Six of Wands. Again, you need to stand out. You are the star for sure, and the Six of Wands is standing out. It is getting attention. He's receiving recognition for all the work that he has done, and you could be receiving a lot of recognition with this Six of Wands, which is great. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Tower again. So again, even though this is showing up in the good stuff, the Tower can also represent the sky falling, right? So I would be careful of anyone who's like, oh my God, everybody at work is going to get fired. This type of energy. It always reminds me of that, where it's like someone rushes into your life, tells you a story, maybe they don't have all the details. It's not even that it's a bad person, it's just, maybe they don't know all the details or maybe they got bad information. So even though it's showing up in the good stuff, I would be careful of anyone who's like, oh, everybody at work's going to get fired, or this is going to happen, or that's going to happen. It's probably not true, or there might be some grains of truth in what they're saying, but they might not have the full picture. So, this is definitely encouraging you to get the full picture. With the Tower, you have the Magician. I always pull the card that the Magician is pointing to, and we're going to say that it's this one right here. And this card says community on it, and you have the Three of Pentacles twice. So your community is clearly going to be very important for you. The Magician is all about manifesting a new reality or, kind of doing things to manifest a reality, and I feel that manifestation is very, powerful right now. You have this Clouds card, it says temporary problems. A lot of people have had cards like this lately that say like little things are popping up, so don't allow those little things to disappoint you. I know how frustrating it can be to be working towards a goal and it's just like one little thing after another. I almost rather deal with one big problem instead of a bunch of little ones, right? And, I kind of feel that what this Clouds card is saying is like don't allow those little mosquitoes in your life to get you off track. You have this funnel. It says period of frustration, lessons to be learned. I feel like you have been through a period of frustration, and you have learned a lot of lessons. You have this dog close-up. It says pleasure with a close friend. A lot of people have also been getting these cards of friends. Like, friends seem to be very important right now, as in friends could be providing us with answers or guidance or whatever, and so friends are good. You have this fox card. It says shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business matters. Yeah, it's a great time. You know, Seven of Swords comes up a lot in readings, and this card always reminds me of the Seven of Swords. You don't have the Seven of Swords, but, you know, again, this card reminds me of that type of energy. So the Seven of Swords says we have to do things in a different way, and I feel this card is saying in work, in business, make sure you're doing things in the best way possible. You have this Grapes card. It says time to go out and have fun. Two of Pentacles, you've probably been working too much, and now you need to go and enjoy yourself. But pretty interesting here, Sag. I like it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.